Hi, welcome to the Vergas Show. I'm Sherry Hansen. Thanks for joining me today. I'm in the city office, Main Street in Vergas. It doesn't get any better than this. I'm with Julie Lammers and Paul Pinky, who are part of the Vergas Trail Committee. And there's things going on with the trail. We're trying to do some connecting. They're working on trails that could go all the way to New York. But I'm going to let Julie tell you about what's going on as far as the history and what we're trying to do as far as locally.
All right, thank you. We have been contacted by with the North Country Trail to be a part of the trail that goes all the way to New York. And part of what Vergas wants to do is just get the Long Lake Trail, which was done in 2010.
Right, I think that's correct.
And we have a Tin Can Alley Trail that was done about 2 years ago, both along Long Lake, and we need to connect the two. So right now we're working on a connection. It does need to be a boardwalk over the water, which causes it to be a little expensive. So we have been applying for grants, and we're waiting to hear. The project is going to cost just under $500,000. So if we can get about 80% of that paid by grants is what we're working on, but the other 20%, the $150,000, is what we're working on now raising. And so we're doing a few fundraising.
All right,
items.
and you know, Paul, I know that you have been one of the main people that have been working on some of the fundraising for this, and we've got really a unique project. And the area down by Tin Can Alley, for the locals, it's called Tin Can Alley, and you know, right. But that is just a beautiful area to go down there and do some walking. But we've got an idea. The committee came up with an idea anyway to make it even nicer.
I think, yeah. Where did Tin Can Alley come from? I think it's. Before there was aluminum in beer cans, there was tin in beer cans, and
yes,
that's probably where it originated.
Not that I would know that. But.
Yeah. That road used to be part of Highway 228. Highway 228 came into town on that lower level, and then when the state decided to improve it, they built another section, and they left the other part unattended. And what happened was, when people with four-wheel trucks and so forth would get in there and tear back and forth and make big ruts, so nobody could go down and use it. You couldn't drive down their car anymore or anything. And we decided to clean that up. We cleaned that up a couple years ago, and now what we're trying to do is connect the that trail with the existing Vergas Trail by means of a bridge. And so for us to come up with the money for our share of the grant, we've come up with a few money making fundraisers,
yeah.
One of which is bricks. Our intent is to sell bricks with comments on them, either memorial or business names or what have you, to go in what we hope to be a raised flower garden down at the beginning of that new trail. Now that trail, what's unique about the new trail too is that here's a half a mile of pristine lakeshore that cannot be developed, and we want, for housing and so forth, we want to make that useful. You
go in there and it's just quiet, and it's like it's a natural trail. I mean, it's not going to be paved or anything, and so you've gotten all the ruts out. You've done, you know, some clearing away, but I mean, you can see the ducks, you can see the loons, and it's just really peaceful.
And we hope to include it with the Birders Association.
Oh, definitely, be perfect.
Get some wildflowers down there. The raised garden, we hope to put some nice, unique flowers like we have in front of the liquor store every year that people stop and take pictures. Well, in the raised part of that garden, we'd like to use bricks in the front face and maybe the sides too. And what we're doing is we're selling bricks. This is the most expensive one, $500 for a granite brick, followed by $150 for a large 8x8 brick so that you can put more information on it, and then $100 for a small brick where you just put in memory of, and that would be it.
Or your business name, sure.
Or the business name, right. So there's three choices, and this is just a start.
Yeah, Pat Shannon's kind of going to help then make this, you know, so it's just going to look like a really artistic flower garden.
Yeah, yeah. Another fundraiser, we have Pat Shannon. Pat Shannon made a nice dish that we're selling raffle tickets for, and drawing, I think, is Looney Days.
Yes. Drawing will be Looney Days. His art piece is just gorgeous. Yes,
nice. He does nice work on art pieces. Yeah. Beautiful work.
You know, I think the city of Vergas, when they started looking at that, Paul, and when we've got the existing trail that starts up here on Main Street of Vergas and you walk down to the park and it's perfect, you know, for the swimming beach. But for those of you that, you know, want to just continue on that walk, and it just goes right along 228 and ends up there at the area by Tin Can Alley. Now, is there still going to be parking in there by Tin Can Alley?
There's still going to be parking there for a
Okay.
limited number of vehicles.
Right, and
it's
so
not going to be very large.
No, and which you don't need, because you should be able to, start
Yeah.
walking from
Yeah.
uptown and that. But I know already in that original trail down there, or in the Tin Can Alley area down there, I mean, the city has brought in some large rocks, and so you can go in there, and it's
You can
beautiful
sit.
sunsets.
If you walk out there a ways and you want to take a break, you can sit on a big rock.
Yeah, and so there's plans for that.
And the big rocks are also to keep the pickup trucks out.
Well,
of there.
that's true too, but I mean, you have a unique opportunity here, everyone. You have an
Yes.
opportunity to get in on the fundraising of this trail. I know we all, it was just phenomenal how people supported the original trail.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and then just to have it connecting and just have it that long, I think it's just going to bring that many more people to town. But it would be really nice to have your name, your business name, or if you have some kind of a memorial that you would like to have for one of your loved ones that's passed away. And there's, different tiers on this. Yeah, I mean, can you go buy a brick a little bit cheaper? But this is a fundraiser, right?
Right, yeah.
This is your part of getting your name in on some history of that flower garden down there.
And hopefully, we have a lot of people that stop and take pictures of the flowers right in front of the liquor store, city office building.
Oh, definitely.
And a lot of people stop and take pictures of the loon. Now we'd like to have a third place where people can stop and take pictures.
Our beautification committee,
They've done wonders
they've done a
for the
wonderful
town.
job on that,
Yes.
and you hear that from people all the time that
Yeah.
that they come because the main street and everything is pretty, but I mean we've got more than our main street. We've got our beautiful natural resources too.
Yes.
And so, Paul, how do people get a hold of somebody to be able to get these bricks?
We're going to start a web page, and it can be reached through the City of Vergas web page.
Okay.
But also at the hardware store or at the city office, we'll have a form where you could fill it out and place an order.
Okay. And then, Julie, I did want to ask you, as far as the city office, people come in, what would you be telling them about the trail?
With the trail, one that it will be connecting on, there is another committee that's also working on a trail where Tin Can Alley currently, which will be called the Long Lake Trail, will continue on, and we're hoping to make that trail go all the way to Frazee, which then will connect with the trail that goes to Detroit Lakes. So it will be kind of like the All Streets Come to Vergas. We also will have All Trails will come to Vergas.
All trails would come to Vergas.
So if you go to the city's webpage, which is www.cityofvergas.com, there's a picture of our trail boardwalk area that says All Trails Come to Vergas. And that will give you all the information you need on how to contribute to this project.
Okay, and Paul, you wanted to close it with, you had one more?
This North Country Trail, it's a unique trail coming from the eastern part of New York State all the way into North Dakota and stops at Lake Sakakawea.
Wow.
It goes, and it lists, if you look up North Country Trail on the website, it lists Vergas, it lists coming through Frazee, Vergas, and then down to Maplewood State Park, then to Wapaton, and then into North Dakota.
Sounds like you should get your bikes ready, right? So
Yeah.
the Vergas, if you want to be involved on the Vergas Long Lake Trail Committee, just check with Julie here at the city office. We
Yes.
meet quite often and just trying to get all this together. Not only the brick fundraiser, we've got the art piece fundraiser, we've got a concert coming up in June, and we've got the first annual I Outran the Hairy Man 5K run walk going on in October. So you're going to want to be watching for that.
Yep.
Of course, there'll be more of that coming on TV3 here.
A lot of activity.
A lot of activity, and
Yes.
that's what makes Vergas so special and unique, is you got those opportunities. So you have an opportunity now to become involved. Get your brick, and thank you, Paul. Thank you, Julie. You have a good day in
Thank you,
Vergas.
Sherry.